Hello and welcome
Yeah, welcome
to the Talkovers.
No,
This is
probably
us.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, we are here recording today in the studio, which is my shed. So today we're going to talk about films. Now, Egor.
Yeah, I'm Egor. This is Joe, by the way.
Yeah, just to clarify,
Yeah.
I'm the guy that wears glasses.
And I'm the guy.
Who
Just the guy.
who wears shirts.
Yeah.
Right, so, Egor, what's your favourite film?
Fight Club, as you know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What
Yeah.
about you, Joe?
My favourite film is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Yeah.
Which is...
I never watched it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, you know I've never watched Fight Club,
Mm-hmm.
but Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is masterpiece. It is, honestly, I fucking love that film.
So tell me what's it about.
Well, this guy, he's dating a high schooler. He's like 25, dating a high schooler, and he then meets this other girl who's way fucking hotter than the high schooler, and then decides to go down on the hotter girl, and cheats on the high schooler, and basically this hotter girl has a bunch of evil exes.
Right.
Who want to fight him to the death while dating this person. So he dates them, and then he finds the evil exes, and he cheats at the same time, and it's like some sort of... It's a masterpiece. I love it.
It's a masterpiece?
Yep.
Is that, you played the Scott Pilgrim game too?
It has a game. I've never
Yeah.
played it. I wish I played it.
Shame. Probably was funny.
Well, it was on the PlayStation 2, I think, and then it just never came out. It came out, but then just never got put anywhere else.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was like a digital download thing.
Well, as you know, I fucking love Fight Club. It's genius, it's philosophy, it's fucking characters.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt is hot in it as well.
Brad Pitt.
Oh.
Isn't Keith Ledger in it?
No.
No, shit. Sorry,
Keith Ledger in...
I swear he is.
No, he isn't.
Oh, shit.
And like... Oh my god. The fucking plot twist at the end. Oh.
Yeah. We can't spoil it.
You can't spoil it now.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Not for you either, because you haven't watched it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you maybe watched that scene, and I'm still fucking curious why that happened today.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, what is the best movies ever made, Egor?
Well, you never watched, what's it called? The Godfather.
No, I've never seen The Godfather. I've never seen Goodfellas. In fact, I have a list on my computer, which is here right now, of films
I've got to watch.
The movie I've got to watch. There's something like The Sinful Six or something like that.
Never heard of it.
It's like some what's he called? The guy who did fuck, I forgot what he said. Never mind. Well, you know, this is just me being bad. I mean, I'm supposed to be studying films, and I can't remember a fucking director name.
What do they even teach you?
Well, what they teach me is, well, first of all, you learn the basics for like the first few lessons. You learn about cinematography, what all of it means, you know, certain types of shots, anything like that. You learn about, you know, how to analyze films for what they are. Like, you more or less, you'd expect that when you go to see these films, you'd be watching the greatest films of all time. But they don't make you watch the greatest films because they are. They make you watch films that's also context.
Yeah.
Like, I watched Skyfall.
Oh, yeah?
Which is an independent British film. Well, not actually. It's I think it's made by Universal actually as well. But it's a British film more or less.
Yeah.
It's to show British media exists and how there's a miniature Hollywood in Britain.
Yeah.
So we could watch films like Submarine, which has got Alex Turner's
Oh, yeah?
score on it. We could watch, I think, one with like Emma Watson dating some 24-year-old guy and she's being a teenager. Yeah, it's really weird.
Doesn't sound very good,
Our
but...
Country, I think that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Some sort of weird shit like that. But yeah,
Mr. Bean. Proper British.
Mr. Bean Goes to French. Would be one of the films we definitely study. And then you just study other films, like you'd study the independent films, sort of like Juno, films that are made on like a lower budget.
Yeah.
And
Indies.
Yeah, indie films, precisely. We'd study dependent films, you know, films that are big in the thing, like I think we watched...
You like to just watch movies, like...
It seems to be like we just watch movies, but we sort of study them in the sense that we watch we watch them first, then we pick out a certain scene, and then we analyse it for what it is. Like, there was... One of the films I do study is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Now, you can't say it's a masterpiece. It's just about an entitled kid getting his way.
I guess.
But it's brilliant because basically there are certain scenes which resemble the togetherness of the group, and you need to talk about how being a teenager was resembled in the 80s and how, because being a teenager in the 80s was the coolest shit ever.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Parents had so much money, so you could just like, oh, I'll babysit for like half an hour and I'll get fucking 50 quid. It was insane. You could buy Gucci for like fucking nothing, you know? It was amazing time. And so it was all about, you know, how to show that it was a great time for kids in the 80s. And then sort of writing about how it has shown that, you know?
Yeah. Just 80s kids fucking about?
Yeah, it's just 80s kids fucking about. Like, I would mention there's a 3-shot mid-shot, which is basically all three of them together in the centre of the frame with like a decent background behind them showing, you know, the illustrious Chicago. And it was, you know, but you talk about how Ferris is in the middle. He's here. Camera's off to the left a bit because he's not actually with Sloane and Ferris.
Oh, okay, yeah. This little symbolic stuff.
Yeah, symbolic stuff. And you talk about Cameron, he's more distant, which implies, talks about, you know, his bad relationship with his father.
Right.
And, you know, and then Ferris who has a great relationship with his parents.
Do you actually think that's, like, serious? That actually
no.
means anything?
No. The director, obviously, John Hughes, I think.
Okay, I don't know.
He wrote Home Alone.
Ah.
He is a very intelligent filmmaker, I'd say.
Sure.
And most of these things are intentional.
Okay. But does it even do anything to the movie? Unless you, like, really analyse it.
No. Well, it subconsciously does. Like, you look at that and think, well, what's up with Cameron? Why is he walking away so much? You know, why is he not joining the group so much?
Okay, yeah, maybe.
He's reluctant, isn't he? You know.
Sure.
It's all you know, subconscious readings of the mind.
So, because you've made a couple of films of your own.
I
right?
have made.
Do you want to link them down below? The French one.
My 2 films. So there's one film I made which was for my coursework, which was some sort of terrible 2-minute long.
Is it the one with the blood and the?
Yeah, the blood and the dead girl.
Yeah.
Awful thing. Terribly made, poorly edited, and then there is my French masterpiece, which is a mock of the French New Wave. I would love to rant about the French New Wave. French New Wave is like. It's unexplainable. Just fucking. It's just dumb, is what it is. Really, really fucking dumb. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Do you know anything about history of film? Because I don't.
I know tons about the history of film.
Of course.
But I've forgotten it.
That's good.
I had to know it for my GCSE, but I just fucking forgot it all. It's all out from my memory because I didn't care at that point. So yeah.
We've been getting into Peep Show recently, haven't we?
We have. We've been getting into the Peep Show.
Fucking genius comedy.
It's brilliant.
Show.
One of the best comedies I've ever seen in my life. It's fucking hilarious.
You completely forgot about it. I just kind of like stumbled upon it on fucking Netflix and kept on talking to you about it, and you were like, "Yeah, it's good." And you just remembered it's fucking amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's really. Yeah. I mean, the first few seasons are just more cringe comedy than they are actual funny.
But funny still.
I watched the wedding episode, and that is fucking brilliant. Brilliant episode. Where I need a piss, and then you go, "Why don't you just piss yourself then?" And then, you know, he fucking does it just on the sheer command of being told to piss himself. It's brilliant. It's hilarious. I think, what's he called? Webb and Mitchell.
Yeah.
They weren't writers for it, but they were, sort of, I think they did some of the scripts and the joke. They were just picked as the comedy duo because they had things like Bruiser, have you seen Bruiser?
No.
Have you got Poison?
No, I don't.
No, you haven't seen. Oh, that's brilliant. We'll have to put it up right now.
Okay.
YouTube.
They're a brilliant duo. Like
they are hilarious. They've had a few shows.
Also had Sophie.
They've had the Mitchell and Webb look, which also starred the character actually played Sophie. What's she called? Olivia.
I don't know.
Coleman. Olivia Coleman.
I didn't know this.
Have you got Poison? I'll have to download this video and put it in. There we go. So you'll recognise the characters.
Poison? Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this.
It's just a powder you put. What's it made of? What's it do? Why do they die?
Why do they die?
Quite a large
I've seen this, but I never recognised that is Webb.
Beg your pardon? Safety.
Safety.
I'm just thinking of safety. I mean, what would it do to, say, a 50-year-old woman? I mean, in a small dose.
Oh,
Would it dissolve her stomach and make her lungs bleed until she drowns?
Poison.
Large enough quantities, yes. So it takes it in casserole. I don't know. What would it do to the face? Would it be hideously contorted? What would it do to this face? Would it come out in pustules or a rash?
It wouldn't affect the face.
It wouldn't affect the face.
Have you got anything that affects faces? Something that will make the skin melt painfully?
Excuse me, but what are you planning to use this for?
What are you saying?
What are you
I've just
saying?
got pets at home, rats at home, haven't I? What would that rate do to the human head? What? I mean, would it go through the skull or just embed itself in it?
Embed itself.
Have you got
It's
any
fucking.
battering spades?
Yeah. Battering spades.
Battering a person or curtain wire?
It's fucking. It's hilarious. But basically, he had Bruiser. He had the Mitchell and Webb look, which was their own skit show where they had like a bunch of. I think I showed you a few skits with the Nazi thing, like, you know.
I've watched
we
that.
the bad guys? And then
It's like, we've got a little skull
We've got
now.
a skull on our helmet. Are you sure we're not the bad guys? You know, honestly, they are very funny people. And they portray the roles so well.
Oh yeah.
I think when you in a film, acting is what really counts. I mean, you can put a lot of effort into cinematography and directing, but if your actors are complete shit, then it's just gonna look like a cheap film.
Mark. No, I mean, what's his name? Mitchell plays Mark.
David
brilliantly.
Mitchell,
Yeah.
no, he does, yeah, brilliantly, really.
Jazz as well with Webb.
What's he called? I need
Robert?
to. Is it
Robert
Robert?
Webb?
Yeah, it's Robert
Robert
Webb.
Webb.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. He does a really good job with Jez. I think that's their best characters yet.
Yeah.
I mean, David Mitchell hasn't been in much stuff besides that, and then I've done a few documentaries.
Whenever they are together, whenever he is filming, he's with Webb. That's
Yeah,
what I mean,
precisely. Yeah. Yeah.
He does documentaries. I thought
Yeah,
he's just
yeah.
a comedian.
No, well, he's sort of he basically his character is the same person. Like, he's some sort of fucking political history buff in real life.
Oh really?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
he.
fuck.
I think he actually went to university and did history, and then didn't
fucking
became an
undergo-
actor for some reason.
Oh okay, I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah, just
yeah.
talk about the plot from that.
Mhm.
But I really think that acting does count. For example, I mean, these I could talk about Avengers, the Avengers franchise. You know, the Marvel franchise being insane like it is, and just covered in fucking easy bake films. You know,
Easy bake films, yeah.
that's
Just like.
precisely what they are, though. They just get some sort of mildly famous actor.
Mm.
You know, in fact, I was watching a show recently with Paul Rudd in it, which is Living with Yourself, and he gets cloned. And there's a better version of Paul Rudd, and there's a shitty version of Paul Rudd, and that's is the original, the shitty version. And then, of course, do you know who Aisling Bea is?
No.
She's this like female Scottish comedian.
All right.
She's pretty nice. She's pretty funny. I'd say she's probably top of the list on female comedians. I'd say.
Okay.
But she's very sort of she sometimes goes into Amy Schumer humor.
Oh, I was gonna say, can she top Amy Schumer?
Amy Schumer humor. But most times she's quite witty and on her feet, which it's really good. But I was watching her act, and she's not very good. she's a mediocre actor, I'd say. Actually, she's a better comedian than she is an actor.
Okay.
And she plays certain roles in this, where she tries to be serious, and she does it not so well, and it sort of ruins it. And there's some scenes she does brilliantly, and some scenes she just does really mediocrely. But yeah.
Speaking of these comedies, what's your favourite comedy style? I really like fucking cringe humor if it's done really well.
Cringe humor, if it's done really well, is absolutely brilliant.
Mhm.
You know, it's because you can't watch, but you want to watch, and that's just but you need to. It's honestly fucking brilliant. Really well done. I cringe humor is top of the creme of comedy, I'd say. But I do like sort of like occasional vulgarism and like
Vulgarism, yeah.
and like just in between sort of style. She shot my arm, which is or Pedo Kennedy. Some sort of very well written jokes.
Yeah.
I mean, they're great.
Of course.
So I'm coming into talking about In-Betweeners. They use stereotypes of characters so well.
Oh fuck yeah.
So what do you think about stereotypical characters?
Well, I mean, let's talk about the In-Betweeners. They use the stereotypes to make it really relatable.
Yeah.
Like, people who watched it, right? Parents can watch it, as you said, like, I know we talked about it before, and find it relatable from their childhood. We can watch it and we're just like, oh my god, like, we know people just like that. It's just like, this shit happens in real life. It's fucking great. Yeah. It's, the adventures they go on, it's like, so completely plausible.
Yeah.
And, all this, like, just completely fucking relatable using its
it's brilliant, yeah.
stereotypes and all that. But stereotypes can also be just like cheap humour sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's like I mean, something people talk about Legally Blonde. Have you ever seen Legally Blonde?
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
It's basically this blonde girl, dumb blonde, you know, and then she goes to legal school to, like, I think it's, like, to bail out her husband or to prove to her husband that she isn't an idiot. And I think that's a very interesting plot because it sort of subverts expectations of who she's going to be like. You know, you see her character first and you think, well, she's just an idiot, and then she becomes a fucking lawyer.
She grows to be beyond that. You know?
Yeah, precisely. It's, you know, it's really important that I tell you that I hate stereotypes and stuff because I just think they make such an easy made character and there's no effort you have to put into it. So it's just, you know, oh, I relate to that, therefore it's done. You know, because people like to go to clicks and stereotypes nowadays.
Yeah.
So it just makes, I think it makes easy writing.
Well, speaking of easy writing, what are cinema norms? You know, that
cinema norms. Oh, fucking hell. Cinema norms. It's, well, the norm right now in cinema is superhero movies.
Oh, fuck.
It's been that for a while.
I never liked superheroes. I just thought it was a dumb idea. It's just like these guys flying around and doing shit.
Yeah, I
always went to save the day.
Well, I suppose the reason why the Marvel movies succeed is because they're sort of funny sometimes with slapstick humour.
Oh yeah.
And they have really well done action. Although it's a lot of CGI. That's a massive cinema norm that I hate. CGI for everything.
Everything's just so reliant on CGI.
Yeah, I really hate that because first of all, people coming into the industry struggle to think how they're going to do this without CGI, and then people, it just makes life easier, and it shouldn't be like, film should be, you know, a trial of yourself. You usually need to think about everything you do, you know, and how you're going to do it, you know. It makes things with a budget look cheap and terrible.
Does it?
Yeah,
it still looks really fucking cool sometimes.
Sometimes, but things that don't have the money to have CGI just look awful.
Yeah, it's become the norm, and people are like, oh, that doesn't have CGI. It's shit then.
Yeah,
you know, that's a problem.
It's like if, yeah, I mean, you need. I mean, cinema norms go way deeper than that though. Like cinema norms could be like just generic things in cinema, like I've forgotten it now. I'm talking about it, but basically, cinema norms are just like things that you wouldn't expect to see in a film that isn't independent, like so I guess most films, they always have a happy ending.
Yeah.
You know, a cinema norm is like just like a generic film for someone, so that there's no like expectation that's subverted. Something like that. I mean, something like Scorsese would do, or you know, that they would, you know, work hard to try and make the people think, no, this is strange, this is awkward. One thing that's a very normal thing in cinema is they have shots, and shots are never, like, shots are normally, most shots in films are quick shots to be for our attention span, and they're normally about 4 seconds long, 4 to 8 seconds. And if there's a long talk scene, then maybe they've got something in the background to entertain us.
Yeah.
But most of the time,
about entertainment, just like keep the audience there.
Exactly, yeah. But old directors like what's he called? The guy who did The Birds. Oh shit.
I don't know.
He's pretty fat. I forget his name. Anyway, he's the Hitchcock. Alfred Hitchcock. He would purposely make his scenes awkwardly long.
Right.
Just so you'd feel uncomfortable watching. Because he wants you to feel uncomfortable. And you'd still watch.
I never watched the movie.
Well, he has a few films. He has...
Is it meant to be awkward because it's like a horror or something?
Yes.
Like... Oh, okay.
He's a horror master is what he is referred to as. There's a really cool little poster that he did one time. And the poster is, if you're late to my film, you're not allowed in. And basically, if anyone was late to go into the film, they had to be there like 30 minutes early. Or otherwise they weren't allowed in. And people did it because his films were so fucking legendary. You know, he would literally get bouncers to kick people out. They were like,
fuck's sake.
It's brilliant. You know, it's you know, he had principles to his film. You know, but nowadays there's a lack of principles. It's just, you know, oh, I'm a okay director. I'll do a Marvel film.
Yeah.
And they'll take you. You know, people talk about how Marvel films are masterpieces. They're really not.
Yeah, like I know 2 people already that like come up in my head that say like, oh, Endgame is the best movie of all time.
Yeah. Oh fuck no, it's not. I think it's better than, I prefer Endgame being the best over Avatar because I hate Avatar.
I know.
It's an awful. I don't like Avatar.
It's fucking pretty though. You know, that's where CGI does make things fucking pretty.
Yeah, but it's just so fake. I
guess so.
If they wanted to make an animated movie, not a fucking...
Like make an animation.
Yeah, make an animation instead of like some sort of CGI romp thing. I don't want it.
I guess so. But like, you know, you said about norms and all that. another reason why I love Fight Club is it breaks a lot of fucking norms. And
Yeah.
I've never watched a movie that's like it, and the fact that it's so different just fucking appeals to me. I just love the fact that it's just like nothing like anything I've seen before. You know?
No, it's. I think breaking the norms of cinema is really important because it gives the audience something new to see, and they don't go, oh, it's just this and that. And they don't get bored. It's just, oh, this is. I feel unhappy that this has happened. I was watching. What's it called? No Country for Old Men.
Oh yeah.
And basically, that film ends so terribly.
Really?
Like there's this character, protagonist, and he's trying to defend himself from this guy for the whole film. And you don't even see his death or anything. He just dies off screen. A guy goes to see him, and he gets a phone call, and he goes, oh shit, and he sees the guy's dead. And there's nothing to it. It's just no substance at the end. It's just walking along in the desert, back to their old life, with him dead, and then the psychopath goes to see the wife, and you don't even see what happens to the wife at that point. You don't know if he killed her, if he didn't kill her, you know, and it's so confusing. And the film just ends with him sitting in like a bar, just doing nothing. It's so awkward, and you hate the ending because you really want the psychopath to die. You fucking hate the psychopath, you know, and you just want him gone, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
And you just feel so shit, and it's so well done. It's brilliant. You know, it's not like, you know, oh, I fucking hate myself because the villain didn't die. But it's like, you know, I feel bad. I wanted this guy to die, you know, and it's really just brilliant. Masterpiece.
You know, like these norm breaking just also causes innovation. That's how we got to this point in norms too, because I don't know, people figured out this formula that people like.
Yeah.
You know. But there's something I was gonna say. Fuck.
Oh, sorry.
no, I just forgot it. That's what.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, I'll talk what you think.
Go on.
What do you think of film as an art form?
As an art form, okay, right. When it comes to just, it's kind of ruined as an art form in some ways.
Yeah.
As like the end game and all that, where it's just become like so normal. Art is not meant to be normal. It should not have norms. It should be just constantly breaking those norms, and sometimes just kind of, even those ones that are staying to the norms, like Mona Lisa, that's like the most just generic kind of painting.
No one can deny that they're good films, but even Picasso kept to a samey style.
I guess.
You know, just everyone has their own sort of thing. Mm-hmm. You know, for example, who's the guy who made Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh fuck. I don't know actually.
Oh shit, I gotta Google this. Anyway, the guy who made Wolf of Wall Street, he has an evident style where he just fucking has swearing, you know, loudmouth people, and is very opinionated, and he portrays all his protagonists as bad guys.
Did he by any chance write American Psycho?
I don't know.
I just feel like they're really similar movies in a way.
I've never seen American Psycho. Is
oh,
it
you
good?
should. It's pretty good, yeah.
Martin Scorsese. There you go, Scorsese.
So has he made it?
He made Wolf of Wall Street. He made another film, starring. He a lot of it. He used the same actor a lot of the time.
Yeah.
What's he called?
Leo
DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He uses the same fucking actor every single time. Very commonly. I don't think I'll check out the IMDb page, but I think when making, you know, people use certain styles, of course, and that sort of makes it part of their own little thing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So it it just sort of happens.
So you wanted to become a director because you want to be in the entertainment industry?
Yeah, I either want to be a director or I'm not a very good actor.
Sure.
But it would be fun to do that, you know.
Don't you have to be an actor to become a director, or at least like get your fame out there so you become a director?
Yeah. Precisely, yeah. So he did. Where is it? He did Uncut Gems, which is, you know, it's got Adam Sandler in it, which is Uncut Gems is a surprisingly good film because you wouldn't expect Adam Sandler can act, but he can act in that film. He does really, really good.
Oh, I remembered what I was going to say. breaking the norms. You know, Peep Show. It's
Yeah.
filmed in first person perspective.
Yeah.
You hear them talking in an interview, like them saying like that. This is why no one chose to film in first person perspective, because it's so hard. Because like when they were filming Jez talking to Mark while he's driving, because you have to constantly be looking at him while he's on a roundabout thing, because they don't want to be constantly going somewhere else they'll run into proper traffic. So they have to be in this roundabout, and it's really hard to drive and film. It's like filming with first person perspective is apparently really hard. Breaking these norms, that's why it's hard, because sometimes it's genuinely a bad idea, but it may work out well sometimes.
Well,
Peep Show did
Peep
out
Show
well.
Peep Show is a really good cinematography because having the first person makes all the characters look so fucking ugly.
Exactly.
It's so well done, especially something like Mark. Mark is supposed to be revolting and comfortable to look at. You know, he's just a very awkward guy, and you look at him in the thing, and he just looks fucking, just sort of angled. It's just not pleasing to watch, and it's really just sort of cleverly. It's a genius idea for the Peep Show.
Also, it's like when you have an awkward moment, you really feel like you're there. It's
Yeah.
just like when it's silent.
Yeah. You really resonate with like the silence. It's brilliant.
And it somehow works out. Like you would assume, like, oh, maybe you'll run out of camera angles or something like that.
Yeah.
It just fucking works somehow.
Yeah. Well, you don't need to worry about camera angles when you've just got everything's going to be first person. You just plan the scenes, do it like 3 or 4 times for the first person camera.
When I first heard that it was in first person, I didn't want to watch it because I just thought it was all going to be based off like Mark's point of view. And I thought Mark was going to be just like this really annoying character.
The editing is brilliant. They cut really well in between things when it's necessary. It's like you have films like Bohemian Rhapsody, which got nominated for an Oscar in editing, and that was the shittiest editing I've ever seen.
Really?
They had so many cuts. There was one thing where they go, oh, so you're the band Queen, and it shows 3 of the fucking characters. But it's a 4-piece band.
Yeah.
You need to have all 4 of the characters. So it's an established shot I'm talking to these guys, But then it goes, so you're the band Queen, cuts to Freddie Mercury and the other 2, and then it cuts to the guitarist. Just fucking do it an all-round shot.
Yeah.
Instead of making it awkward for all of us. It's poor editing.
I always thought it was a really over-exaggerated scene, where he runs away from his like gay boyfriend when it's like raining really badly. It's like, no, I need to go, whatever. I don't know. It was a good movie still, kind of.
It's a good movie. I
really liked Queen at the time.
Yeah, I went there and I had a Freddie Mercury mustache.
Oh yeah.
When I watched it, and I went to instead of going to the actual film, I went to the karaoke version, and I just sang every single fucking thing with my dad. It was brilliant. Just Mama. I fucking love that.
Yeah.
There was these 2 ladies in front of us.
Yeah.
And they were going all out fucking singing it, and it was brilliant. Cause there was other stuff. I need somebody to love. They were fucking singing there, just going really into it. And there's an interview at the start with the actor who played Freddie Mercury. I forget what he's called, but he was sitting there going,
"Oh fuck yeah!
Thank you guys for watching." In his director's head, looking at the thing. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys coming to see the film and all the support we've had. A lot of the money's gone to like AIDS funds or something like that. That's what it was. And then of course this lady in front of me goes, "Woo! Yeah! Woo!" like that, and fucking screams for how brilliant he is. It's brilliant. We probably just broke the fucking line.
That's what I was saying.
And it is, oh my god, it's fucking brilliant. I loved that. That night was amazing just because those 2 ladies in front of me.
I wish I went to the karaoke version. That
It was
amazing.
good. At the end, with the I'm driving at the speed of light, I'm gonna make a supersonic man out of you. The whole fucking crowd was singing. It's, Queen are really fucking good at like bringing out the crowd.
Oh yeah, the crowd. Like it's like We Are the Champions.
Yeah.
Radio Goo Goo, Radio Gaga.
Just name every songs from the film.
Exactly.
We Will Rock You, I think, does a really good job. We're talking about music now. What the fuck are we doing?
Sake, yeah.
We Will Rock You does a really good job of like bringing the whole crowd in, and I think that comes
beat
into
with the stomping and all that.
Yeah, it does a brilliant job of just making it just seem so fucking great and good. And I suppose that it really helps the film, especially because it's a musical. Music in films is really necessary.
Yes, but it depends what you're doing. If you're making a musical, obviously.
Yeah.
If it's like, again, I'm gonna use Jaws as an example. Fucking uses it brilliantly with it coming doo-dum, doo-dum. Yeah.
I like films that use actual songs as a soundtrack instead of just having scores. Well, I mean, all things have scores. Like they have like fight scene music and this and that, and to like certain scenes, like non-diegetic sound. But then you get like things that use music in actual songs. Like I think Guardians of the Galaxy 2 does a really good job of that.
Oh yeah, the intros.
Yeah, but also with all the music, and I think there's my favorite scene in Infinity War is at the start with Rubber Band Man playing, and then all the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy jamming out going, yeah, you heard the sound of Rubber Band Man. It's so fucking good. It's so good. And they just sitting there fucking bopping out, and it feels so well done because it feels so well done because it feels like you're there with them jamming out, and I think using actual songs in films is great, and Fight Club of course. The end of Fight Club.
Fucking end of Fight Club. Okay, that's the only time they did music really well, but the ending is so fucking sexy. It's like playing Where's My Mind. That's what got me into fucking alt rock, so I'm thankful for that. And it's just like
it's so good.
And then everything's fucking exploding. It's like,
it's brilliant.
Sorry for spoiling, but yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking it's a sexy scene. So
they're just holding hands. That's actually the wallpaper on my fucking phone.
It's a wallpaper on your phone, of course it fucking is.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. And
my phone just
this
buzzed.
one's obviously Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino by the Arctic Monkeys, and then that. Love it.
That is pretty fucking sexy.
It's a good drawing as well by some person.
I do like it.
Film for the mass, isn't that just a norm thing?
That is just a normal thing. We have a little sheet here. We just got like all our things we're going to talk about. Movie genre. What's your favourite genre of film?
I don't want to say action because it's so generic, but sometimes it can be fucking great. When it's done mixed with comedy, you know. But no, probably favourite genre. I don't know.
I fucking love dramas.
Dramas? Really?
I'm really weird about this, but I used to hate dramas because they're just it's just cringy fucking drama. I hate it. I'm a fucking drama slut.
Yeah?
I love fucking dramas now. I started watching them with my girlfriend, and then I got really into them. Like I watched A Marriage Story.
Don't know.
Masterpiece.
Mm?
Honestly, it's so gut wrenching, and it's. I was really curious about it because when I watched it, I thought, I wonder if a girl watched it, would they take the side of the woman or would they take the side of the man still?
Oh, it's two-sided. That's good.
Two-sided. It's really. And I asked the girl, and she said that she thought it was very, like the guy was the worst guy. He sort of slandered the girl a bit, and they had some really like awful characters. Like they had this lawyer woman, and she wanted to. It was like Karen Took the Kids, but like in a film, but really dramatic and really brilliant done. It had Scarlett Johansson and what's he called? The guy who plays Han Solo. What's he called?
Han Solo.
No, Han Swallow, not Han
Han
Solo.
Swallow?
No, what's he called? Ben Swallow.
Ben Swallow. Yeah, I get you. Fuck. Adam.
Oh, fuck, you're right. Adam.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Driver. Adam Driver! Fucking God. Adam Driver.
Is that his name? Sure, let's just go with it.
Yeah, let's go with it. So Adam Driver. It is Adam Driver. I'm sure it is.
Okay, sure.
Adam Driver, Scarlett Johansson. They're in a little war for the kid, and it's so dramatic. Like one wants to say that they seem like a good couple at first. It starts off with them like, what I love about Scarlett Johansson. Well, she cuts my hair. She's lovely. This and that, and then you find out it's a therapy. So it's a marriage therapy, and then she goes, I don't want to read mine. I can't read it anymore. I don't want to tell him this. I don't want to read it. And she goes, well, I feel it would be really special for your relationship if you read it. I don't want to read it. And it's he said all that nice stuff, and she doesn't want to read it anymore. And the end of the film is him. His son finds the letter. And I'm gonna fucking cry, man. It's so fucking sad. His son finds the letter and starts reading it out, and he goes, "Oh, what's that you got there?" He goes, "Oh, it's a letter that Mummy wrote." And it's like what I love about, I think his character is called Charlie. What I love about Charlie, he's so sweet. He's such a great dad. He's brilliant. He cooks such good food, and it's like and he's sitting there, and Adam Driver's just fucking bawling his eyes out, in tears, crying, just. And it's so fucking emotional.
Is this at the end of the movie?
At the end of the film.
Okay.
And they don't get together though. Like you look at them and you really hope that their marriage just doesn't fucking die. And they're gonna get back together. And then it cuts to like 2 years later. Scarlett Johansson's remarried. It's just a mega Chad.
Right.
And he gets the kid for the weekend.
Uh,
And it's so fucking, it's well done.
I fucking want to watch that now.
It's brilliant. It's really good. It's on Netflix. It was nominated for an Oscar. It didn't win anything,
No.
but it was really good. I think. What do you think? So going back to music as art, not film as art, not music. Fucking hell. Film as art. Going back to film as art. What do you think about Oscar baiting?
Oscar baiting?
People release films at the end of the year to bait for Oscars.
How does that work?
Basically, imagine. Okay, so Oscars are at the end of the year, and they rate all the films at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So if you release your film at the end of the year, so everyone watches it and everyone talks about it, you're going to think about that film better more.
Got you.
So that's what everyone who makes art films do at the end. Like Joker was nominated for an Oscar because it was Oscar baiting. It wasn't that great. It was a good film, really good film, but it had a message. The problem with Joker is that if it wasn't about the Joker, then it would have been successful.
I
It's a
see what
fact.
you mean.
It's like Parasite. No one watched Parasite. It won because it was that good, but no one watched it. Have you seen Parasite?
No.
No, neither have I. And I'm supposed to study films and fucking love them. I haven't seen Parasite, which is apparently a masterpiece about class.
Well, I've heard a theory.
Yeah.
It's Joker is a fucking it's either like Fight Club is the story of the Joker or the Joker is the story of the Fight. What kind of theory is that? I don't know how, but like somehow there's some evidence for it or whatever. I saw it on some YouTube channels like theorizing about
that's
it.
great. That's a good idea, man. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It's a woman's world, isn't it?
A woman's world. That's a theme of Fight Club, yeah, but
Exactly.
you need to watch it. You'll see.
I need
know
to
you
watch
don't like
Fight Club,
that theme, but
I need to watch Fight Club. I really like the look of it. I think it looks great.
it looks fucking amazing.
And I love Edward Norton, great fucking actor. He played the Hulk.
I swear, I don't know what happened. I swear he played him, but then they recast it or something. What
Yeah,
happened?
yeah. Well, he did want to do it. He didn't want to be part of a
I
franchise.
heard a different story.
Really?
They hated him because he's like a really shitty actor to work with apparently because he's like got
I
such a
made
big
it
ego.
to say that. No, he only does art form films. Is what he never does. He did this one film where he was a angry man that's unhappy with his sex life because he has to fucking lick pussy, but he doesn't get his dick sucked.
Oh.
I've
heard about that thing.
Yeah. It's brilliant. It's quite funny. I watched a video essay about Edward Norton. It was quite interesting to hear, about all his work and But I think it's because he only wants to be in art films.
I want to watch.
He didn't want to be part of a franchise.
There's this movie that he played in. I think it's called like American History or something. It's like about he plays like this neo-Nazi
Yeah.
and like I don't know what happens, but like he apparently rewrote the entire script or something. Or like no, he, basically like he just came
great.
in. No, I'm doing the the cut, doing like the editing or whatever, like cutting out the bits. Like he just like told the director that,
Really?
and then they basically let him or something. And that's that one. Or maybe that's another movie. Like there's some one movie
That
where
film
he
came out
rewrote.
terrible.
No, and it came out as a masterpiece.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Edward Norton direct films?
And then he does now.
He does?
Now he's directing a movie with who was I forgot anyway, and he's directing and playing in it. So
Yeah.
that makes sense for him. And like there's another movie where he rewrote the entire script, but then he got no credit, so he's really angry at that person.
What an eccentric wanker. I mean, honestly,
I know.
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
I might do that in the future. No, I do it fucking better than you. Fuck off.
Yeah.
So we have a backup plan, don't we, Igor? If we run out of things to talk about, that's Star Wars.
That is.
I'm going to set you off on a rant.
I
Star
don't think
Wars.
I'm ready for one. Okay, I'll start off with the latest movies. I think they suck. They're actually just very, very bad.
I like the first one of the latest movies. I enjoyed...
It gets the least things wrong, but it's boring. That's what I think.
Ooh.
I think it's fucking boring.
I think it's okay. I think BB-8 is just like, oh, cute robot, oh... BB-8 is pointless, I think. But he's good.
He's fine, I guess. The characters aren't bad. I don't know, they don't get the same feel either. Like, Han Solo was fucking funny. He played a good character.
He was hot.
At the time, yeah, it's like...
He's hot now. I mean, fucking Harrison Ford. Ooh.
He's aged well, yeah.
He has aged well, yeah.
Did he, survive a plane crash or something?
Did he?
Something
That
like
sounds
that,
fun.
yeah.
Is he like fucking Tom Cruise, but like tall?
He's literally Indiana Jones and...
Literally Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. He probably is.
And, You don't like the originals, do you?
I don't like I like Han Solo, and I like Luke a bit, I just don't like the story in the originals.
I get you. It's not the same as the prequels.
It's the same sort of stuff, it's just, oh, they're building a new Death Star. Fucking hell! No, new Death Star, fuck! It's just...
I swear, building a second Death Star was so, like, okay,
It's a
that was a
dumb idea.
bad plot idea. And then, but what's worse is building basically a fucking third one. Just bigger, in the fucking, what's it called?
I know.
The first movie? Second movie?
It's the second movie. They built the this is a Death Star, but
it's a planet.
But this is the size of a Death Star.
Yeah.
This is their new weapon. It's just a fucking planet.
Yeah.
Either way, it destroys planets. It's just a fucking Death Star. It's just nothing new. It's just a threat because it destroys Empire.
More planets or something?
Yeah. What's the point? They don't get power or money from destroying that. They just
Power.
kill
They gain
people.
power. Like, I mean, like, they basically managed to, like, control it. Yeah, I get what you mean. It is a bit stupid. It's just, like, big villain, no real reason other than, like, the dark side and power to be bad.
Yeah.
Villains. Oh my god. Villains are so important in movies.
Yeah.
If you don't get it right and you just make it like, oh, this guy's bad because he's bad. What the fuck? Okay? Like, I never actually... I'll admit it. I never watched The Joker. But I feel like he gets the bad because something else very well. Like, he actually has a reason to be bad or whatever. Like, we live in a society...
Well, he portrays the media.
Mm-hmm.
That film was done very well because it portrays the media as bad, and it shows how he was mistreated by the whole world, just because upper class people get more respect than lower class people is what it was, and that was they made the upper class the enemy, and just showed how this one innocent man who's done nothing wrong, his life was self-defense, his life was ruined, you know, he was mentally ill, no one supported him, you know, he needed help, okay. And he was just abused. And that's what it's about. It's about, you know, it represents them as, you know, some sort of like neo-Nazi company.
Yeah.
That just fucking ruined lives of the lower class people. It showed how it was a disaster for people to live in at the time. I'm gonna blow my fucking face.
Yeah, like, good villains. Can you think of any good villains? Like, I feel like Thanos was a very stupid plot. Like, oh, overpopulation, snap thing, 50%. I always made fun of that. Even before I even watched the very first movie, I remember, like someone explaining me the plot, and everyone was like, oh my god, don't spoil it to me when it just came out. Like, I want to watch it, like, don't spoil it. And there was a big meme culture around it, like, not being spoiled. And I was just like, tell me the spoilers, I just want to fucking know it. And then I ended up watching it, and I was like, that's a really shit plot.
Yeah, no, it's, so... Infinity War came out like 2 years ago, so I was having a little fucking pissy tantrum about something, so I wasn't allowed to go see it.
Oh.
And my family came back and they were like, Joe, everyone dies. Spider-Man dead. This guy dead. Yeah. And they just and then I go, fuck you, just fuck off. And they spoiled the whole film for me. I didn't even watch Infinity War until Endgame came out. It's honestly.
I also believe the worst thing you can mess with is time in movies.
Yeah.
You know, like, if you can do time, you can do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And then so many movies do it for some reason. JoJo's.
Yeah.
Infinity
When did JoJo... Oh, time is done well though. They just have stuff
I haven't gotten to that point, actually. I'm still watching it.
Oh, okay.
And I just know it happens. And there's also Doctor Who. Doctor Who kind of gets it right because they have this time thing where you can't go back to the Time Lords.
Yeah.
That kind of works, but then there's some... I just, like, feel just time should not be touched in movies.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course it's, like, made as, like, a comedy joke, like a Hot Tub Time Machine. That's a funny thing.
I haven't watched it.
Oh, it's pretty funny. They just go back in time to fuck about. There's a joke about Google. So this guy go back in time and instead of having Google, he makes Loogle. And it's just Google, but he made it instead.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
And it's just, and then there's a joke, I think it's Paul Rudd's in it, and they go, so when you want to search something, you use Loogle, not Google. They go, what the fuck's Google? Just, I don't know. When you want to go to a place, you use Loogle Maps, and they just keep fucking saying it. It's a pretty funny film. I enjoyed it. It's a good watch.
You know what? I've just been thinking about it. I just want to go back to Star Wars because I was just thinking about it. When you said about, you know when we talked about how, like, CGI can make things pretty, but then it also ruins the films. I think prequels just kind of prove that wrong. Like, I mean, the fucking fight scene at the end of part 3.
They didn't use CGI now, did they?
Yeah, they did. Lava going
That's
everywhere.
green screens, that's not CGI.
It includes a shit ton of CGI.
CGI is like literally editing on top for effect.
Well, they definitely used it.
Well, yeah, no, of course they did.
Yeah.
It did make it look pretty though. It wasn't a pretty scene.
It was a fucking hot, lava-y scene of anger and everything.
Yeah.
Just like, I hate you! You are like a brother to me, Anakin!
Don't do that, kid. I have the height. I fucking love that scene.
I have that.
Honestly, I love the prequels are my favorite of all the Star Wars media.
Of course, everyone.
It's 'cause
everyone agrees on that basically.
Because I'm nostalgic for it.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Nerds agree. Nerds say that the originals were so much better.
Like, sometimes I think that's an old version of Nerds when it was like them growing up with that. Now
we're growing up with it.
Yeah.
We think the prequels are better. And there's gonna be a whole generation of kids who think the Disney ones are the best.
Yeah,
ones.
that's what people are predicting. I
don't
really
think
hope
so.
it doesn't happen, and I still don't think so. Yeah, because you're gonna grow up watching all of them, those kids, and they're still gonna prefer the prequels. I think, because they're way better characters. Like Anakin is like such a cool,
great.
Yeah,
I don't like sad. Even that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Prequels are funny because they're just so poorly done, but it's they're so good as well. They're really really good films. Like
they're perfect for memes too.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
God,
yeah. Yeah, it's working! It's working! With the whole fucking... I love it. It's like a kid saying, I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid anymore!
Yeah.
It's so fucking...
Also Obi-Wan. I loved Obi-Wan.
Oh,
as a kid.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
he was my favourite. Mm-hmm.
The actor, what's he called?
Ewan McGregor.
Ian McGregor. He is
He's good.
a fucking great actor. Dr. Sleep was in
Transporting?
recently.
Transporters or whatever. It's
Yeah,
called,
yeah.
Have you watched it?
No, I need to watch
It's
it.
good.
I've heard... I've got the soundtrack from it.
But not the movie.
I not the film, no.
Right.
No, it's a really good film.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a really great actor. He has so much money, he just acts in whatever he wants to do, pretty much now.
He played in like Birds of Prey. Never watched it, but you know.
Yeah. So, you know, I thought you could talk about Star Wars for way longer. Talk about Jar Jar Binks.
You know, my mum fucking loves Jar Jar Binks. She thinks he's like the best character of all of Star Wars. And then like,
That's great.
I was exposed to that like for most of my childhood. Her thinking he's the best character ever. And then like when I entered like the culture of like memes and all that, and everyone hating him. I'm like, he's a fine character, right? No. Yeah.
I'm gonna put in my fib. I was gonna get a nice like croc cam of me wearing crocs.
Yeah.
Socks and crocs. It's good. It's good fashion.
I want to say that the aliens in Star Wars are shit. They're just humans with some tentacles, some just painted green or blue, some like...
Do you know what I like to do in my free time?
What?
I like to do Star Wars alien voices.
Really?
Misa la kuga la
No, the only...
Oh
God.
Do you like my fucking alien
I love
voices,
it,
bro?
Joe. But the only show that I know that has worse aliens is probably Star Trek. They're even more humanoid with just like this, like little wrinkles there.
The spot with the ears. Just
Yeah. He's just a fucking.
I'm now an alien. No, you're fucking not.
Yeah, I know.
Although I think, honestly, what was he called? Bald guy, Star Trek.
Oh, what's his name?
Picard.
Not Picard. Yeah, good.
Yeah, but what's the actor called again?
No, I don't know.
Oh, anyway, he's in Extras. Extras is another show that I love.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky Gervais is show. I think it's his best one.
Really?
Yeah, I love Extras. It's the funniest by far. Office is good, but just Extras is so much better.
Okay.
There's a scene where Patrick Stewart's what he's called.
Mm.
There's a scene where they get Patrick Stewart, and he is making a film where he is basically Professor X, but in a real world scenario where he's the only one with powers, and he just goes around tearing clothes off women, and basically, it's brilliant. Just, well, have you seen? So he goes, have you seen my film where I am telekinetic expert? Yes, it's expert. I'm making a film where I'm that. But I go up to women and I rip their clothes off. And there's one scene where he's talking to his female friend and he phones up Patrick Stewart and gives it to the friend so that, hello there, I hear you're a very young, brilliant lady. This character is too fucking sad to talk to you and say, hey, sorry. And then he goes, by the way, are you an actor? Would you like to join part of my film? And it's just, yeah. And then, no, don't join his film. He's going to make him strip. It's fucking brilliant.
What's the show called?
Extras.
Oh wait, that's extra. I thought you said there's another. Oh right, okay.
Yeah, that's Extras.
Wait, which episode?
The one titled Patrick Stewart.
Oh okay.
Basically, every single Extras episode has a celebrity in it, like David Bowie.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first one's Ben Stiller.
Zoolander
But
guy,
Ben Stiller, yeah. He's directing a film,
Uh-huh.
and it's so fucking funny.
Yeah. I'm the director, not you.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
Give me some coffee, whatever. Oh.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Ben Stiller is pretty funny, I must say. But basically, they've acted every single episode, and they just have a piss take. There's one with Daniel Radcliffe, I think is what he called.
That's the Harry Potter guy.
Harry Potter guy. He's in it, and he plays himself as when he's younger, and he's some sort of like he tries to hit on the older girls, and they think that everyone's gonna go with him because he's fucking Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
And he goes up to a girl, and he goes, as he was 15, he goes, "Hey, do you want a fag?" He pulls out some fucking like cigarettes from his pocket, and then his mum comes over. He looks over her and goes, "She tried to give me fags, Mum. She tried to give me fags." And he goes, "No, I didn't. No, I fucking didn't." And yes, you did. And then he comes up to her later and goes, "Thanks for taking the bullet from me earlier." And then he pulls out a fucking like unraveled condom and just goes, "How about I use this on you?" Just fucking waves it around. Just, how about I use this on you?
Oh.
It's so fucking. It's hilarious.
I want to get to that.
It's a brilliant
It's
piss take
brilliant.
of. Yeah, this fucking sofa just sings.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant piss take of these actors, and they do it so well. I think Daniel Radcliffe is he can take a fucking joke. Have you seen what he's been doing recently?
The one with
Guns Akimbo. Yeah. And he just goes around in a fucking bathrobe with fucking massive bare feet, going around with two fucking guns, just
like
fucking,
it's like terrifying. Just like,
yeah,
do you see my hands or something?
Brilliant.
They're literally nailed to his hands, aren't they?
Yeah. It's brilliant. It's same like Elijah Wood. I think they just do some obscure, hilarious roles now.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video where Elijah Wood gets asked about wearing wigs?
No.
Oh my fucking god! This is another video we gotta watch. There we go.
Oh, this one I've seen it, but it's still good. Let's watch
Welcome
it.
to the Easter egg. You found it. Congratulations.
Wait.
In the photo shoots you do with Vogue magazine and Cosmopolitan and Entertainment Weekly, Time magazine,
You look so fucking awkward. in
your
it.
hair changes dramatically from short to long. Do you wear wigs?
No, I do not.
Have you worn wigs?
No, I have not.
Will you wear wigs?
Maybe.
When will you wear wigs?
It's so fucking good. When will you wear wigs?
I love his laugh too. Oh my god, his
No,
laugh is
honestly,
so funny.
It's great to see these actors just I mean they've got so much money they can just be happy without any worries in the world, but it's great to see them actually not being so self-centered and just like cocky like oh I'm a fucking famous actor, what are you fuck you.
Yeah.
Get out of my way you fucking coffee barista. Just they take themselves not so seriously, but they enjoy themselves and just have some fun. It's great.
Yeah.
It's good to see. But you get shit like that.
How long have we been going?
How long have we been going? Probably not long enough.
Really?
No, that's long enough.
Do you want to end it?
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. It's been great to sit down and talk about this and do this now. Yeah.
Leave a like,
Yeah.
subscribe,
Subscribe.
and we'll see you next time.